Love and Light Pilates. Today we're going to be going through an advanced flow. So if you have any contraindications in the neck when you are doing rollovers, please just skip those exercises. Okay, so let's get started on our hands and knees. Make sure your hands are directly under the shoulders. Start to draw the shoulder blades down the back. Then begin to step right foot and left foot out long in your plank position. Okay, let's find our best plank posture. You're pressing your fingertips and hands down, lifting out of your shoulders. Your tailbone's tucked under, and you're pulling your belly button back to the spine. Good. Let's hold this for another 5 seconds. And 1. Then begin to bend your knees, scoop your belly in as you press your chest back to the thighs. And exhale, press back into your plank. Let's do that 5 more times. We bend the knees. And exhale, back to plank. Here for 4. For 3. Good, really squeeze your belly in tight as you bend those knees. For 2. And last one here. Then hold your plank. Start to walk your toes slightly towards your hands so you can begin to lift the hips to the ceiling and press up into a down dog. Good, from here, we'll stay here for a couple big breaths. Begin to press your heels down towards the mat. Try to flatten your back as much as possible and lift your tailbone to the ceiling. Last big breath here. Beautiful. Then start to lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look towards your hands, and either hop or step your way to your feet. From where we'll begin to roll down onto our bottom and melt all the way back down onto the mat. Beautiful. Once we're down on the mat, begin to draw those legs into a tabletop position with your hands on the shins. You'll take an inhale to prepare, and with your exhale, begin to lift your head and shoulders off of the mat. Eyes are to the thighs. Then inhale, begin to reach your arms and legs away from one another. And exhale, hands back to shins. We inhale, reach, and exhale, bring it in tight. Beautiful, let's go for 7 more. Your low back is staying glued down onto the mat the whole entire time. Each time the hands come back to the shins, I want you to take a second to really squeeze your belly in tight. Pull all of your muscles in. Good, here for 3. For 2. And last one here, you're gonna keep your hands on your shins. Start to use a little arm strength to lift a little bit more. Then begin to place the hands to the back of the head, and we'll keep on going. Inhale, long legs. Exhale, pull the knees in as close as possible. Inhale, reach. And exhale, draw it in. Good, let's go for 7. Keep your low back down as much as possible. Keep it glued down. Good, really draw those knees in, pulling the belly button in at the same time. Here for 3. For 2. And last one here. Hold those legs in. Transfer the hands to the back, or to the shins again, sorry. And we'll start to lift up a little bit higher again. Then begin to reach your left leg long and inhale, switch. Good, going into our single leg stretch. I want your hands to really pull the shin into you, and your shin is pushing into the hand, so it's a nice oppositional force. You're constantly squeezing your belly in tight here. Here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that one shin. Start to lift a little higher. Transfer your hands to the back of your head And let's continue on for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then begin to place the hands back to the shins and start to rest all the way down. Good, let's shimmy side to side a little bit, releasing that low back. Beautiful. From here, we'll start to begin to drop right foot and left foot down onto the mat. Hands and arms will come by the side body, and we'll find our neutral spine, a little lift beneath your low back. Then we'll take an inhale to prepare, and with our exhale, begin to push your low back down onto the mat, scooping your belly in. Then start to curl tailbone. Keep the scoop in your belly, low back. Keep the scoop, mid back. Keep it, upper back. All the way, finally, you're in your bridge position. Inhale, pause at the top. And then exhale, scoop the belly again as you begin to melt the spine down in reverse now. And roll back to neutral. Always reset, a little lift. Exhale, push the low back down, start to curl all the way up again. Inhale, pausing at the top, and exhale, melting it down. Good, let's go for 5 more here. Make sure you're pressing your palms and your arms firmly down on the mat. Try your hardest to keep the fingers and the palms pressing down so you have a strong point of stability. Your inner thighs are having to work hard so your knees don't begin to open to the side. As you're rolling it up, focus on that pubic bone shining to the face the whole time to help make this spinal articulation a bit smoother. Awesome work. Let's go for 3 more. Tailbone tucked under at the top. We don't want to overarch that low back. And we'll make this 2. Good, our last one here. Taking care of our spinal mobility. Then once we're at the top, let's go through our checklist. Ribs are squeezing together, belly button's drawn in, tailbone tucked under, squeezing your booty. Then let's begin to drop down an inch and lift an inch. Good, keep those knees in line with the ankles. You need to use those inner thighs to help you out here. Beautiful. Keep on squeezing the bum. Let's go for 6, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then begin to melt it all the way back down onto the mat. Roll back to neutral, and we're gonna go right into the next. Inhale, exhale, push the low back down, scoop the belly, start to roll it right on up again. Okay, at the top, start to transfer the weight to the right foot and draw that left leg into tabletop, from where you'll begin to point your toe and straighten the leg. Drop that leg down as far as you can to the mat, then flex the foot to lift. Point to lower and flex to lift. Good, press those arms and palms down. Let's go for 5, for 4. Keep the hips square to the ceiling, for 2, and 1. Then hold that leg up, point the toe, and let's start to pulse again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend, set the foot down, lift a little higher, transfer the weight to the left, and right leg draws to tabletop, then extends. Here we go for 8. Good, point to lower, flex to lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here, we hold it up, we point the toe, and tiny pulses. Squeezing that left glute a ton. 3, 2, and 1. Bend, set that foot down, lift a little higher, then begin to melt each vertebra down before the next. Finally, rolling back to neutral. Beautiful. From there, we'll begin to draw our right leg and our left leg into tabletop. Then begin to extend those legs to the ceiling. Take a big inhale to prepare. And exhale, begin to reverse crunch. Lift the bottom off of the mat. And inhale, release. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower your bottom. Good, really scoop and squeeze your belly in as you're lifting the bottom off of the mat. Let's go for 5. Good, really squeeze the belly in, trust me. Make it worth it. Let's go for 3. Squeeze the belly in. Here for 2. Beautiful, last one here. Good. Then start to lower those legs down to 60 degrees. Inhale to bring the legs back over the hips. And exhale, begin to curl all the way off of the mat this time. Legs go overhead. Begin to flex the feet, open the legs, drop the feet down, and start to roll all the way back down. And then bring those legs down at that angle again. Inhale, over the hips. Exhale, roll over. Flex the feet, open, drop the toes down, and begin to roll all the way back down. Don't worry if your toes don't reach all the way down to the mat. That's a point of just flexibility. Make sure you're not collapsing into your low back when those legs are overhead, but you're trying to maintain that integrity. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale and exhale, roll over. Flex, open, drop, and melt the spine back down onto the mat. Awesome. Last one here. Inhale, exhale, roll over. Flex, open, drop down, and melt all the way back down. And are you ready for it? We're melting back down. Get ready. We're going to bring those legs to 60 degrees and then start to slowly roll up into one teaser. Extend that spine. Legs are straight. Then slowly begin to drop those legs down. Round your spine and reach towards the feet. From where we'll begin to slowly roll it down onto the mat, drawing the shoulders down the back. And reach those arms up overhead. Let's go into 4 more roll-ups. We inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop the belly, roll all the way up. Inhale, pause at the top. And exhale, draw the shoulders down the back as we melt all the way down. Good, and here we go for 3. Draw the shoulders down the back as you melt slowly as possible. The slower you go, the more of a challenge it is. And here for 2. Beautiful. Our last one here, we'll go ahead and hold it up. Okay, at the top, reach to the feet, round the spine, scoop your belly in. Then begin to lower halfway down something that you will be able to maintain, from where you'll adjust your pants. You'll begin to reach right arm overhead and down. Left arm overhead and down. Let's go for 4. Keep those feet down onto the mat. For 2. And last one here. Keep the arms down and let's begin to pulse. Squeeze your belly in tight, right in between those hip bones. Squeeze it in. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to lift up. Draw the knees into you, where you'll open your knees, thread your arms over so the palms can go on top of the feet. Good. Your back is rounded, your belly is scooped. We'll begin to clap our feet together 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and do the same as we roll back. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You have to use both your abdominals and your back muscles to keep your balance using that whole entire core. Don't worry if you're only getting 1 clap in. This is a very tricky exercise. Let's do 1 more. Then go ahead and hold your balanced position. You're going to take your arms out, placing the hands on the ankles now. Then begin to use, once again, your core muscles to now straighten the spine. Open the legs. Good. Then begin to round your low back, scoop the belly, and roll back. And ready for it? We're going to straighten the spine as we balance. Straighten, straighten, straighten. You round and roll. Lift and straighten. Round and roll. Lift and straighten. And let's go for 2. And last one here. Beautiful. Then go ahead and close those legs. Let's drop them down to the mat and begin to roll all the way back down. Woo, nice work there. Okay, go ahead and bring your hands back behind the head. We'll begin to inhale, lift our head and shoulders, looking towards our feet. Then ready for it? Exhale, scoop the belly, roll up once again. This time you're gonna touch your forehead down to the legs. You're gonna straighten the spine up. Keep your spine straight as you begin to hinge back. Find the spot where you can't maintain it anymore. Then round your low back and slowly melt each bone before the next down onto the mat. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Try to keep your elbows wide. Don't let your elbows move. I know it's tricky. Sit tall, hinge, and scoop the belly, slowly melt it down. Keep those elbows wide. Beautiful. Here for 2. If you need a little help getting up, you can do your normal roll up where your hands are extended out long. Good, and last one here. Inhale, lift head and shoulders. Exhale, scoop the belly. Woo, that was a hard one. Roll it all the way up. Dive the head down. Lift, extend your spine. Then hold it. Bring your hands back behind you, fingertips facing the bottom, and we'll go into our back support. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, squeeze your bottom, lift off of the mat. And inhale, tap. We exhale, open across the chest, open across the hip flexors. And let's go for 5. Good, make sure you're not hyperextending your knees. You have a little bit of looseness there. And here for 3. Really open across the chest. For 2. And our last one here. Then set your bottom down. Roll over onto your forearm. I'm on my left forearm. Legs and hips are stacked. Your feet are flexed. Let's bring this hand to our head today. Okay, so lift that side body, don't collapse. Lift top leg, inhale, and point the toe as you bring it back. Flex forward, and point back. Let's go for 4. For 2. And last one here. Then back through center, drop the leg down, point both of your toes, and extend your arm to the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, begin to roll onto this booty so you can lift your legs off of the mat and touch them. And stack your hips, extend the arm. We exhale, lift, and inhale, stack. Let's go for 6. Good, keep your back straight as you're tapping. It's kind of like a hybrid teaser in a way. Here for 4. For 3, for 2, and last one here. Then go ahead and relax. We'll roll onto our belly and bring our hands down onto the mat. Good. Okay, so rest your forehead down. Inhale, begin to lift your head and chest. Then start to use a little arm strength to go up into a nice back extension. Then begin to melt the head and chest down and start to lift your legs off of the mat by squeezing your glutes. And lower the legs, lift the head and chest. Make sure your belly is drawn in at the top. As you are lifting the head and chest off of the mat, draw your shoulder blades down the back. Let's do one more. Then rest those legs down. Begin to use your arm strength to push yourself up into a child's pose. And we'll stay here for one big breath. Good. Then go ahead and lift yourself into your hands and knees position. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips into the air, down dog. Point up onto those toes, bend the knees, look forward, and hop your way up to the hands. From where we'll sit down onto our bottom and move over to that opposite side. Okay, on that right forearm, legs are long, hips are stacked, feet are stacked, I mean. Go ahead and bring your hand to the back of the head. Lift top leg, inhale, bring it forward, and point it, bring it back. Good, make sure your pelvis or your chest is not swaying side to side. Try your hardest to stay steady as a rock. And let's go for 4. Two, and 1. Drop the leg down, point the toes, Extend the arm, inhale, and exhale, lift. Inhale, stack, and exhale, straighten your back, touch those legs. Don't worry if you're only touching about this high, or if you perhaps have a wider range of motion. Listen to your body, keep the form. Good, we'll go for 4 more. Really squeeze your belly in tight as you lift those legs. For 2. And last one here. Then go ahead and relax this hand down. We'll roll onto the belly one more time. Use the strength in your arms to once again press yourself back into a child's pose. This time we'll stay down for 2 big breaths. Then after that last exhale, let's go ahead and begin to walk the hands back to the knees. I'm gonna spin around onto my bottom so we can finish class together with a nice big breath. Okay, so get comfortable in a crisscross position. We'll begin to inhale, lift those arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your palms together, melt those hands down to heart center. Finishing off today's class. Nice work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those more advanced moves today. If you did enjoy, please let me know with a comment below. And as always, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button or that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Until next time, sending you lots of love and light. Bye, everyone.